Between Two Kings, which is the point of this discussion. Is it me from the past?
I'm calling me from the future.
This is the way that, like, a real man would deal with this situation.
2, 3.
Golden
Weasel.
Welcome to the Besties in the Books podcast, guys. I'm Liz.
And I'm Ashley. And today we're going to be doing our deep dive into Between Two Kings, which is a follow-up episode to our second interview with Miss Lindsay Straube. That was so fun. It was so cool to be able to talk more about this book series with the author herself. So cool. So we'll have that link down below in case you missed that episode. It is completely spoiler-free. And if there's a little spoiler, we'll give you a warning. No big deal. But it was super fun. So if you want to check that out, because this book just came out today. So, hey, if you need to pump the brakes a little bit, we get it. We'll let you know when spoilers are coming for this episode. But if you want to, go check out that interview, choose your own adventure over here, guys.
Yeah.
Super fun. Yeah. So stick around because we have some really deep thoughts, deep, long, and hard thoughts to go over with this book.
But for real.
And we will be inserting some exclusive bonus commentary from the author herself that we couldn't put into last episode because it was very heavy on the spoilers, where we talk about some crazy stuff that happened, the ending, and we'll be inserting that. So about a section right after our spoiler-free reviews, we'll give you a warning, we'll pop that in, and then we'll get into it because you guys... we need to talk about it.
We need to talk about it. We're deep diving it today.
Deep dive.
So, as you guys know, as per usual, first 15 minutes or so will be spoiler free. We'll be giving you our faves and fails of the week, as we always do. And we'll be getting into our spoiler free kind of one sentence, simple star rating and review, our spice rating. And then that's when we'll give you guys that warning that big spoiler will be coming for you, that extra exclusive, like little behind the scenes with Lindsay from our last interview, specifically about the ending of Between Two Kings, which is so exciting. And then we will get into our deep dive, our thoughts on this book. I'm so excited to talk to Ashley about it because we haven't really talked too much other than just the interview with Lindsay. So super exciting. And we will be doing the plot in 5 sentences or less. So hey, it's coming. It's coming. But before we get into that, we just want to say thank you so much for being here.
Seriously, thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day and your book to come and hang out with us and chit chat. Let us know if you read this book yet, if it's on your TBR, where are you at in your split or swallow journey? We want to know. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe anywhere you like to listen to your favorite podcasts, including YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. Besties in the Books podcast everywhere. You can find us. Look behind the corner. We're there. It's us. Hey, guys, what's up? So, hey, come hang out.
So, okay. Let's just kick it off with our faves and fails of the week. What have you got for this week? You want me to go first?
Oh, golly. I'm going to be short and sweet here. Listen, my fail of the week, I've been sick all weekend. I'm still struggling with that, residuals, which is not fun. So sorry, guys, if I sound a little different. But the show must go on. So I feel fine. It's just, hanging on by a thread. Not me, the cold.
I'm fine, but I'm hanging on by a thread. Blink 5 times if I'm holding you hostage.
I'm just kidding. My actual fail, though, that I just thought it would be funny to bring up is for months, maybe years now, this poor old lady keeps trying to contact her friend through my phone number. So someone gave it to her wrong. She got it from a list, she said, so that's great. So it won't stop. And it comes by surprise. It comes at any time of the day or night, a text sometimes, a message. And I have picked up the phone now. I don't think it's probably been happening for 6 months randomly. And she'll call me, and it's so sad. She's inviting this lady to bridge, and she's like, I know the whole story now. And she's like, I felt like we really hit it off. So first call I want to say is her saying, I thought it was going to be a little bit more hey moment, because she's like, my husband's gone. I was thinking if you wanted to come over. And I was like, this is juicy. But no, it was very sweet. It was just like, and we can get around to playing bridge, and we really hit it off. I'm going to make some tea. Very sweet. And I had missed the call because I don't answer my calls for nothing. Listen.
Yeah, same. Don't call me.
As soon as I had babies, I put that phone on silent and I never turned back. It's on, it vibrates or whatever, but I don't feel it. I'm not holding it most of the time. So, hey, good luck. Don't call me. But like, I don't go straight to voicemail. And I do like that feature now. The voicemail comes up as it's going. So that's when I was actually able to finally pick up for her, because usually it's, it's some other, and I hate spam callers can use such a similar number too.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. I love the thought. I'm going off on a million tangents here, but that's just what's going to happen. Where it's like, have you gotten a spam phone call that's almost your number?
Yeah, for sure.
It's like one off. And it's like, what am I going to do? Like, oh, I'm calling me? Weird. Like, what is the thought process behind
Is it me from the past?
I'm calling me from the future. They're trying to warn me. Of course I'll pick up. I'm on a helicopter dying. I need to send you $10,000. Great. Like, I don't get it. Somehow the printers are behind this. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway,
it's just printers.
You know what?
It's just printers calling
One
on the
time, my daughter's musical theater coach was calling me, and I didn't have her number saved yet because it was pretty early on. And her number is almost the same as mine. It's like the last 4 digits are different, right? And so obviously I'm like, here we go again. And then she leaves a voicemail that they got out early. I needed to pick her up. I'm like, great. So anyways, moral of the story was none of that. It's that this poor lady is not getting it. And I don't know what else to do now. I feel bad saying it, but do I block her? Because,
I probably would.
Calls themselves are intrusive. Don't bother me. I get like 5 spam calls every time Liz and I are filming here.
Literally, guys, my voicemail says, like, because I'd say the majority of people who try to call me on my phone are clients. My voicemail literally says, if you are trying to call me to get a hold of me for 2 beauties, hang up and call the business. And then I leave my business phone number. I'm like, don't even bother leaving me a voicemail. It might be 2 months before I check it. Sorry. It's just the way that it is.
Yeah. Like, people know me better than that. The people that know me, come on. They know.
It's like Ashley and I know if we ever call each other, because we talk every day constantly, but it's always through voice memos and texts and DMs. If we call, the first thing we say is, everything's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we know if we're calling, like, we panic.
Yeah.
Everything's
and
fine.
maybe it's a millennial thing. I don't know. But like, hey. Because my husband doesn't get it. He doesn't. He calls people. I'm like, that's so intrusive. He'll call people to invite them somewhere. And I'm like, you don't put people on the spot like that.
This could have been an email. How I am.
Could have been an email. Could have been. I'm like, you know what? If you're trying to get a hold of our generation, you need to text us because we need to marinate on it. I don't want to be put on the spot like that. No, even if it's something I want to do.
Yeah, for sure.
It's very intrusive. So anyway, she keeps randomly calling me, and I feel bad for her because I want her to meet her friend, but I have no help, say. I can't do nothing.
You only have 2 options. You have 3 options.
Block her or go play bridge with her.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. So unless you want to start playing bridge, my husband loves bridge. Maybe he'll go.
Listen, I don't know how to play it, and that's just that's too much. It's too hard. It's too fast.
I did get some text messages from a lady who was trying to get a hold of a guy who she was like, hey, I thought things were really fun yesterday. Do you want to get back together? And I was like, hey, girl, it's me. I was like,
it's not your boy.
Yeah, I was like, I wish you well. She's like, oh, thanks for texting me back. I was like, I don't know if this was like started off and meant to be a scam, but then I was like too nice. I don't know what happened, but either way, we were cool with each other. But I did feel bad for her too. So
yeah.
It's a very like Monica and Chandler on vacation situation where they give their phone number to that other couple. Like that. We're fun.
Yeah. Or, I mean, to me, like in that case and in this case, it could be one little digit that's different or they had weird handwriting and you don't know, So I picked up one of the times that once voicemail would say, and I'm like, oh, it's this lady again. Because I wanted to try to pick it up on time to let her know, like, leave me alone. Sorry. And she's like, she wants to give me her whole life story. And God bless her. I don't want to hear it. So... Yeah. Well, she said it. She claims that she got it from the the Towers directory. And I'm like, lady, I don't know what the Towers is. So
Literally, I don't know what
this
that
is
is
it.
either.
This is the end of
Is
our
that a
relationship.
phone book?
Best of luck to you. Yeah. So she's like, okay, I didn't hear from her for a long time. The text started coming again this weekend. Not the text, the calls, but the calls turned into text now. And then, so I tried texting back last week and then it was says, it can't go through. I don't understand. And then, so I was like, maybe it is a spam, but I don't know what the point of this is. It's the same lady's voice every time. So no, I don't think that's the case. And then, so she texted again. And it's a couple times she said, it's really sad. I thought we had a good connection. So like she's having some issues internally with this being left on red with this lady, you know? So I'm like, I'm causing this pain to this poor old lady that just wants a friend. And it's not even my fault. And so I texted her back like, sorry, you have the wrong number. And then she said, I'm sorry, I got this number from whatever the registry was. And I thought it was the right one. And I said, well, it's not. And then I left it at that.
Move on. Move on, woman.
Please.
Have some
Stop.
self-respect.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think I said again, I don't know what the Towers is. And she described it to me. It's like some, assisted living facility. And I'm like, still not the person you're looking for.
Yeah.
It's not going to change.
Aw.
So sad. So that's my fail of the week.
Okay.
Maybe it's my fave too.
Yeah. Hey.
Because listen, I was sick all week. I don't really have much to talk about. I loved interviewing Lindsay. It was great to reconnect. It was our second time interviewing her. So it was super fun. I think that was my fave of the week, if I'm being for reals. Yeah.
Yeah. For real. Yeah. My fave of the week is that, guys, don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. I finally am reading Anathema by Carrie Lake. It was voted for book club last month, and I'm finally getting around to it. And it's literally so freaking good, and I'm obsessed with it. And oh my gosh, like all of you guys were not wrong, obviously. I've never read anything by Carrie Lake before, and this is blowing me away. And so that is my fave of the week because I've just been binging it and it's been literally fantastic. And I can't wait to get on the live with Ashley and talk about it more with you guys here very soon. So that's definitely the highlight. It's so good. It reminds me of like a very dark old fairy tale.
Yes. Yes.
That,
perfect for this time of year.
Yeah, exactly. Like that Grimm's fairy tale where you're like, ooh, that took a turn. Ooh, that's spooky. Ooh. Like that vibe, And I'm like here for every second.
Rough and dark and deep and long, hard. Yeah. Hey. By time we're pre-filming this, by the time this video is out, our live episode is out for replay where we talk about Anathema. So you can check that out. We'll have it on our channel. We'll link it if I can. It's going to be everywhere. Yeah. We're everywhere. Talking about all the things, reading all the books, having all the discussions.
Yeah, but it was so good. Definitely, I started it in earnest yesterday morning, and I'm already at 35%, and that book's like almost 700 pages, so I'm making my way downtown. I'm excited. It's going
Moving
great.
fast. Faces past.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I finished that in 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zavander!
Add it to your list, guys, if you haven't yet. Most of you, though, probably have, and you're like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. So that's a fave of the week for sure. Fail is we booked tickets to go see Phantom of the Opera next March. And I'm really excited. I've never seen that one before, like live. And so I was like, okay, got to rewatch the movie, the good classic Gerard Butler version. And, okay, here's the thing. I can sit down and read 250 pages of a book and be just like fully engrossed, lasered in. But then I put on a movie and I'm like, all right, I made it an hour. My attention span is gone and I have to turn it off. You know what I mean? It's like, what is my issue? I can't even watch movies anymore. I don't know what that's about, but I'm like, okay, I can't make it through a movie, but I really want to make it through the rest of Phantom of the Opera someday. So that is my fail of the week, is that I just can't, I don't know what it is unless I've seen the movie before. Like if I were to pop in like Mean Girls, like I'd just watch that like and it would be in the background, no big deal, And I've seen Phantom of the Opera before, but it's been like since it came out, so like high school or whatever. So it's been a really long time. I don't remember it that much, so it's not like a comfort watch for me. So I'm just like, okay, good luck. Maybe I'll finish it in a month.
Yeah, I feel like this is how crocheters are born. It's like you got to be doing. As they always say. It's like you got to be doing something with your hands, you know?
Oh, I see.
Got to be like knitting, crocheting. I do slime. So, hey, like playing with the slime as I watch
like,
something.
squishy
I got
balls.
to do something. Otherwise, I'll start looking at my phone because it starts with, oh, what's that guy from? Let me look it up. What's the IMDb on that one? Let me see. And then I'm on my phone. That's where my attention leaves.
It's like I need more. Like I need more for some reason.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Maybe you can find. I know you don't like crafts, but maybe you can find a low effort something to do with your hands that doesn't need anything. Anybody have any recommendations out there? Let us know. You know, I don't think crafts. I don't think, you know, crocheting and knitting would be your calling because you have an aversion, but something along those lines that minimal effort and, well, that's not minimal effort. That's the problem, but minimal effort for you to do.
Like something on the same level as like folding laundry. You know?
You could fold laundry, but hey, that's
I know, but that's not like I need something else. Like I don't want to just fold laundry forever. You know what I mean?
Do you remember? You just unlocked a memory. Remember when you were here? Maybe last time, I don't remember. And I had to race the after dark clock while folding laundry.
Yes.
To see, that was hard. And then when it hit. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to do this anymore.
It always happens.
It was fun though.
We
were watching something. I don't remember
every time. Okay, so you know when you turn that like defrost setting on your microwave and it turns the microwave numbers to like it's like 4 digits, so it'll say like 2213 or whatever because it takes forever. I don't know why. Remember when we were like doing After Dark? Now, every time I set something on the defrost, I always think about this because me and Ashley were like, hey, what time is it? And we like both look at the microwave at the same time. And I had forgot to reset it after defrosting something. So it said something like that. Like 30:15. And we both were like, that's hilarious. How is that a time? And now every single time, I thought it last night. I was like,
good.
how is that a time? Oh, hey. Good times.
There you go,
that's what
guys.
that is.
Yep.
All right. All the information you did not ask for is brought to you here first. So, all right.
Hey, if you don't like our fave and fail, you can always skip chapters, but you'll hurt our feelings. So that's on you. Can you sleep at night? Hey.
Like, yes, we can. So, should we get back to Between Two Kings, which is the point of this discussion?
Let's do it. Let's go. Beep,
All right.
beep, beep, beep.
So, spoiler-free, one-sentence review, star rating, spice rating. I will go first. I gave it 5 stars.
Okay, great.
This is one of those rare books, you guys know, that is a 5-star and a 5 spice, which is the pinnacle.
The Holy Grail, if you will.
It is the Holy Grail, if you will. It's a feat that is hard to accomplish, I think, because you have to be able to balance spice and plot in such a way that it's just perfect and neither is too little or too much. And I love that, you know, when we were talking to Lindsay, she mentioned that, you know, it's like, it's as deep as you want it to be. No pun intended. But really, it's like, you know, you can read it as a fun, good time, easy on the brain, you know, smutty book, or you could also really read into some of those deeper themes that she does put in there intentionally. And what a treat it is if you are able to do both.
Yeah.
And for that reason, it is 5 stars, 5 spice, amazing, loved it so much, recommend it for anyone who likes to read romance, for sure. And yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up. What did you rate it?
Yeah, 5 star, baby. 5 star. So, hey, it's so hard to remain spoiler free right now because so much of what I loved about it is what happens in it. Spoilery.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, you want to, if you're trying to decide right now, you know, I read the first one. Do I really want to read more? I'll say this. And it's not that she intended this, but this is what I took away from it. What happens after a happily ever after? Is there a happily ever after? What does that entail? Like, what can go on further past whatever we found out in book 1? You know, not that everything was happy at the end, but it feels resolved enough, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Is it that simple? So that's what I loved, exploring what that world looks like after that big explosion. Because if you're watching by now, I'm sure you read the first one. So I loved that. We had a lot of emotions that came out in this one that maybe I didn't have in the first one.
Totally.
And so it didn't feel repetitive. I loved that. And it was such a wild ride. Enjoy and buckle up.
Twisties and turnies all the way through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Love it. And would you also rate it a 5 spice?
Well, yeah. If you didn't love the first book, you might not love this one because, depending on why you didn't. If you didn't love the first one because of the heavy, maybe triggers, themes, smut, whatever, you're getting the similar balance in this one as that. So you know that. But if you loved it or even liked it, you'll still love and like this one.
Yeah.
Right? There you go.
I dare say you might like it even more, depending on what you like in a book. You know what I mean?
Ooh. That's a good question, Liz. Because we rated 5 stars for both of us.
Yeah.
Which one do you like more?
2.
1 or
Easy.
2? Oh, 2. Ooh.
I can't say why without giving spoilers.
Okay, so stay tuned. Ooh, that's hard for me. Because I like them both for different reasons. I'm going to go with book 2 also. And a very spoiler reason why. So not yet.
I was going to say, right about here is where we're planning on inserting the kind of spoilery comment that Lindsay makes, right?
Yeah. So
that would probably explain.
Guys. I had that handy from Wicked. Spoilers coming in hot. We understand that this book was just released today. If we've piqued your interest at all and you haven't picked up your copy yet, you can pick up your copy now. I don't think we've said it yet. Anywhere you buy books, pretty much,
Anywhere.
So hey,
go get it.
Barnes & Nobles, Amazon, Books A Million, small indie bookshops, Meet Cute Bookstore, Miss Gallery, all the places. Just go and get them. Support your local bookstore if you can. That would be great. And there you go. Go buy it. Ebooks, everything. Audio, I think. Audiobooks should be available now, if not now, soon.
That's what she was saying, I think, right? That's exciting.
So, go buy your books. Go get your copy. Save us to your playlist. Come back later because full steam ahead. No holds bar. We're getting into it now. Okay, so before we introduce that clip for Lindsay, do you want to say what made book 2 unbeatable for you? That's spoilery.
Yeah, the fact that it... Wait, I'm allowed to be spoilery or no?
Yes, spoils.
Okay,
spoils.
I was like,
spoils.
wait. Yeah, because it ripped my freaking heart out. The ending was amazing, and I cried for 10 minutes straight.
Yeah, once a book can do that to me, you guys, the ending. For those of you who've read it now, if you haven't yet, this is on you. You might want to go in blind. Just a last warning, But oh my gosh, the ending.
Yeah.
Caspian makes the ultimate sacrifice. Even though I knew it was coming once I knew. You know what I mean? At a certain point. Did you see it coming?
Yeah.
I saw it coming at a certain point. I'm like,
yeah.
once the roof was collapsing and everything, chaos is happening, I'm like, Caspian has to. That's the other way. Because he says there's no other way. I found one other way out of the issue.
Well, and the whole time I kind of had a suspicion because of the fact that we were introduced to Apollo, and I was like, there has to be something else going on there between those two because we needed to have a character who he would trust enough to kill him, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was... I think the part that was, obviously Caspian dying is really sad, right? And I think that got me. I think what really emotionally got me, though, was this idea, exactly what, Lindsay talks about in this little section, too, is just this idea that you can't be who you're going to become to be with your forever person until you've gone through some shit, And I feel like that's what really resonated with me. And, she had to, let this other version of herself go in order to grow into the person that she needed to be with Leo. And that was just, it's pretty heart-wrenching. It was pretty heart-wrenching.
It was brutal. So good.
Yeah. So good.
With that said, play the footage.
Is there anything that you can tell us about what Leo and Caspian each represented to you without giving any major spoilers? Or if you have to do a spoiler.
I can't do it without a spoiler because then we'll know. So spoiler.
Okay, spoiler,
But I'll just
spoiler.
answer your huge spoiler. It's really the thing of like, have you guys seen Vampire Diaries?
No.
I haven't.
Oh, okay.
Put it on our list.
Put it on the list, but it's a short aside. There's a character in there named Klaus, and he says to another character named Caroline, he's like, she currently has a boyfriend, and he's like, he's your first love. I intend to be your last. Mm-hmm. And so like, that's the energy is like, Caspian is her first love. Leo's her last. Like, I think there's such a value and a difference between like, you have that first love. It changes your life. It changes you. But ultimately, like, it's not necessarily who you're supposed to end up with. It feels like it is, but it's not. You're actually meant for like whoever you find after them, and you now are ready for because of that first person. So that's what I'll say.
Yeah.
First love versus last love is a huge theme, and I don't think I even realized it was until I was doing a reread of it forever ago before it was due, and I was like, I really harp on this a lot, don't I? And I didn't even realize, but I just like, as I went through, I was like, that's what we're getting at, is like, Tem had Caspian, and he changed her, and he opened her up, and then Leo, and that made her ready for Leo.
Yeah. I literally like texted, the emoji of like Jessica Day sobbing her eyes out with that line to Ashley after I finished reading it.
Yes. And then we also have Evelyn, who's Leo's first love, and Tem is his last love. And so like, I think it's just a full circle of that's what everybody kind of has going on, is you don't necessarily end up with that first big great love because it's just not necessarily right.
Yeah.
As somebody who like personally doesn't love the trope of like going back to their first love, like that small town romance usually does that,
Yeah.
I don't know what to call it specifically, but it was very, I loved it because they didn't, even though what it represented was the growth and the change. Yeah. So I did love what you took with that and did the first love and last love. It's
second chance romance. I think that's what you're.
Yeah. So it's hard for me to like resonate with this. So this one felt very satisfying, even though it was such a it's very different spin on it. It's not doing the second chance romance. It's almost like you explored that place of holding that person as value, obviously, my heart, but still having the space in Tem's heart for her last love, and all the growth that you get from that first love and all the experiences that you have, it's personified, it's to the extreme, but it's very relatable. I think if people break it down, is like what you experience when you're a teenager and having that first love, and it's so impassioned, and it might not be who you end up with, but you learned something from that, and you became a better person because of it, even if it wasn't the best relationship,
Yeah, you learn something, and it also, it makes you who you are. It changes you in ways that it's essential to who you are. It's essential. So like, not only is it valuable, it's required. You have to have that love to like move on.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, it made me have like a complete, because I've been like a Caspian girl like throughout this whole process. I mean, technically I'm a Bastion girl, but hey. But I feel like the fact that, after all is said and done, Leo is able to hold that space for her to like go through what she goes through at the end of Between Two Kings, like that made me respect him like all the more. Like,
I know, I writing Leo that way, like, was so sweet. And I was just like, this is the way that like a real man would deal with this situation. A real man who loves this girl and is like, not only does Tem understand Caspian and everything that he gave her, Leo understands everything that Caspian gave Tem, and is thankful for that, because that's who brought them together. Like, it's, it's so much bigger than just them.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I knew it was coming, but I wasn't prepared.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We love it. We want to get our harps ripped out, so it's totally...
Yeah.
I'm so glad you did it the way you did it, because it gave the entire story the meat that it fully needed,
Yeah.
It wasn't an easy way out by any means. I can't even imagine what it was like writing that scene. Oh.
Oh, it was just me crying on my couch and like sobbing, like gross baby snot, like disgusting. And then I would kind of like stop and like look around my empty apartment and be like, Lindsay, get it together. Get it together. Like, these are characters that I wrote myself. Like, I can change the course of this if I want. I can write whatever I want. And I was like, why am I choosing to put myself in so much pain? It was horrible. Awful.
Yeah.
Because you knew it would be perfect. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so guys,
We're back.
we didn't talk as much about the necklace as I wanted to. You guys, the necklace. I'm already crying because Caspian's dead. And you know what? We'll talk about this in a second, but I didn't love Caspian in this one. Caspian.
Caspian.
Okay. It's also Caspianon, right? Or something like that.
Caspianon.
Okay.
I do like that name. It's a good name.
I didn't love him in this book. You know, he was on the fence over the last one. I was actually a Leo girl in the last one. This one, you know, he did a lot of things that pissed me off, which we'll talk about. But I still was bawling, and no, I was crying. And then when she describes the necklace melting down her chest and that last kind of piece of him almost that she had, I was bawling. Oh, I probably looked disgusting. And it was glorious. And that's, to me, what like fully solidified this book as a 5-star.
Oh, 5-star and
up.
my favorite out of the 2 so far.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the full circle was complete.
What did it for me was the, you know, I was your first love, he'll be your last. That's what did me in. I was like, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
it's like, great, now I'm a Caspian girl again, and then he's dead.
Well, see, what really, really, like, so part A of my emotional breakdown was that line. Part B of the emotional breakdown was her going through the grieving process and Leo being capable of like holding that space for her without being threatened by Caspian's memory and legacy. And that to me was huge, and almost like in that point, I would say, like, if I had to choose, like, I wouldn't choose between Leo and Caspian anymore at that point, because to me, they'd both bring equal things to the table. I've been a Caspian girl this whole way through. Like, if I had to choose between just those two, because you guys know I've always been, you know, a Bastion apologist. So I've always been Team Bastion. I want his prequel. I love Apollo as well. To me, he's probably the least problematic out of everyone, honestly. But if I were to choose between Caspian and Leo this whole time, up until I saw, just in those final pages of the book, how Leo dealt with the aftermath of Caspian's death and understanding that she loved Caspian just as much as him up until he died, that turned me just as much a Leo girl as a Caspian girl in that moment. And I never had been up until that point, because the respect that I like have for that character just like times a million, because like what a person to be able to like not think of yourself in that way, but understand that like she needs you to work through this insane thing that's just been happening, you know. But doesn't mean that she loves Leo any less. It's just that she loved both of them, you know. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
So, yeah.
There's that, guys.
I know.
We kind of mixed it up for this one, but we definitely want to hold some space for authors to speak a little bit more freely in a spoilery way. So definitely look forward to that in our future author interviews. If we can include them, we decided to include it in this episode this time, her snippet, because the book hadn't been released yet when the interview came out, you know, but in the future, if we interview authors, we'll leave a spoiler section specifically at the end if the books are already out, so that you can get a little bit more of their thoughts on some of these endings and stuff. And if not, we'll include them in deep dives, as we always do. So, yeah, it was a special moment. It's 5-sentence time. Time for me to get the gong. I feel like a gong is very snake-like for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's just the gold is cool.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe it's a vibe, you know?
A hiss would be better, but that's all right.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just going to hiss and I'm like...
We can't even hear it, barely. Okay.
Yeah, great.
All right. So, 5-sentence summary of Between Two Kings by Lindsay Straube. Tem is still equally in love with both Leo and Caspin, but knows that she has a duty as the Basilisk Queen to put her feelings aside to forge a new future with the human kingdom. So she and Caspin agree to meet with Leo and Evelyn every Sunday to negotiate terms, even though this is torture for both of them. Many tension-filled and often inappropriate moments are shared, and Leo looks like he's slowly wasting away due to the power of the crest not being consummated.
One.
Due to the banishment of the Basilisk bloodletting, the human kingdom is now struggling financially, and the regular townspeople like Tem's family and Gabriel are the ones suffering. So they begin to revolt against the crown. In a desperate attempt to quell the dissent, Tem volunteers to bleed, and Leo lets her. She also invites Gabriel to experience Basilisk society, and her plan to forge common ground works when he falls for one of the Drakon brothers, Damon, who determines Gabriel is his mate.
Two.
Cute. Evelyn and Leo are meant to be married, but he is clearly extremely unhappy with her, so Tem finds out from Maximus in the dungeon that he paid her to leave Leo, and since her only interest has ever been money, she accepted and has only returned for more money and power. Meanwhile, Tem and Caspin's marriage is contested by the other Basilisk clan, so Caspin, Ro, the challenger, and 11 other suitors must compete in a sex tournament for her hand. Or I guess it would be 10 other suitors, whatever. There's 12 of them. Okay. Caspin loses the initial battle with Ro because he cheats. But since there are no rules in Basilisk society, they proceed. And Tem has sex with all other contestants, including Apollo, Caspin's extremely attractive and kind brother, who she has formed a close bond with, and who ultimately helps Caspin to win her heart by extracting her love for Leo in the last moment, in addition to also helping Tem hone her Basilisk skills like petrifying and turning into her true form.
Four.
Apollo. We love him. He's so good. Okay. A weasel is set loose in the caves, killing many basilisks, and Caspin blames the humans. So Leo comes to apologize in person when suddenly Ro and his clan storm the kingdom looking to kill Tem because he is unhappy with the results of the tournament. So Caspin flees and tells Tem to sleep with Leo in order to consummate the crest to get to her full power in order to battle Ro, even though he will then be forced by magic to kill her for her betrayal to him. But instead, he sacrifices himself by forcing Apollo to kill him in order to let Tem live after she gathers enough magic to kill Ro.
Five. There you go. There you go.
So she ends up with Leo, obviously. I felt like I was like, do I need to include that? I don't know. I think it's kind of like, we already talked about it, but now we get our Happily Ever After 2.0, but with a little bit more of a realistic, rose-colored glasses are kind of taken off. You know what I mean? We had to go through a lot to get here, basically.
Yeah.
So what would you say were your 3 favorite tropes if you had to pick 3 favorites?
This is how you do a love triangle, baby. I really liked this take on it.
Said.
Yeah.
I said love triangle too. Yeah.
Yeah. Not as simple, I think, as some are written. So I really liked Lindsay's take on it. I also put, this is how you do a satisfying first love. For me personally.
Yeah.
I think we talked about the interview with Lindsay, how I don't usually love that first love, situation. But this was a really beautiful take on it. I'll be your first love. He's going to be your last. I also put girlhood because I loved her relationship with Adeline. I think that's not how you say it. Sorry. But Adelaide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you? What other ones did you put?
Yeah, I put love triangle too. Loved it. I feel like usually I'm more of a I have a hard time with love triangles or why choose because I'm a Caspin girl for a reason, right? It's like I like when a guy is like very all obsessed and encompassing and doesn't want to share, and like that's kind of more of my style. But this was just done perfectly. So dare say converted to the love triangle, but it would be hard to do one as well, I think. I did put found family, so very on the same kind of like level because not just Adelaide, but I also loved Apollo's character. And they had a really interesting relationship because it's almost like they had a it's like a brotherly, like he's teaching her how to do these things, but then at the same time they're like sexually attracted to one another because that's just Basilisk culture. So it was really a unique relationship because you knew that they didn't love each other that way, but that he would literally die for her. And I'm like, what a cool, like, that's awesome. I love that. And I did also love Adelaide's character. Like, she was great as well. Obviously, Gabriel brings a lot to the table. So Found Family was just, in my opinion, top tier here.
Yeah.
And then I put Tragedy.
Oh, yeah. I do
That's
love
what it
it.
was. That's what it was at the heart, at the
Yeah.
end. It was a tragedy for sure. And we, ripped our hearts out. Love it. It'll stick with me forever.
I can't wait to see people's reaction on the ending. Because I know some people hate that. They don't want their hearts ripped out. That couldn't be us. We want it. We want to feel all the things.
No fake out deaths here, man. Dead.
No. Dead. We love it.
We love it. I know. As hard as it is, I feel like it was a good choice that she made. And it was a great way to, end these 2 books.
Can't have high stakes without high stakes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So what about one disliked trope? Could you find one?
Ooh, I have to be for reals.
Yeah.
Something I would have a hard time with if I was in Tem's position. Brothers. Like, I get it. I wouldn't change it any other way. And I love Apollo, obviously. But that would be easy. I'd be like, bye, Caspin. I'm with Apollo. Bye. Yeah, no, but brothers, that's definitely hard. I was struggling with it just as much as she did. She didn't struggle with it for as long. But, yeah. Siblings.
I think, and I like that Lindsay addressed that, right? Because it's like we have our kind of, what's normalized, our quote unquote moral compass, right? It's like this thing where it's not like she's, like, how to explain this? Doesn't just have a kind of a side thing going on with Apollo and then something going on with Caspin. Sometimes they do, all 3 of them interact together.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that can be hard for some people. Like, so, but I did not mind that. So, hey.
Yeah.
They're basilisks after all.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm.
One dislike trope I had. Okay. And I really had to grasp at straws because there's nothing I freaking disliked about this book. Like, to be honest.
Yeah,
like,
same.
I
mean, I still wouldn't change it. Yeah.
Yeah. Was I put Evelyn being a gold digger. Okay. So the reason why I didn't like this is because I almost wanted Evelyn's character to be a little bit more complex than that. Like, it kind of, at the end of the day, almost bothered me a little bit that she was just a straight up gold digger.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, I kind of wanted her to have more of a story than that. And so if we're splitting hairs, that would be the only thing.
Yeah. And
I get it. I mean, I'm sure there's gold diggers all the time who would, like, try to hook up with the prince or the king or whatever. I'm sure they were just swarming around all the time in those days, in the Basilisk days. But you know what I mean? But still, I would have liked for her to have something else going on.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah.
And
maybe because it also made me question Leo's character a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's, at the end of the day, a part of it, because it's like he was genuinely in love with her, and then he even says that she's always been like this. So it's like, he might not have known that she was just a quote unquote gold digger, but like he always knew that she was vapid then, right? Like, she's always been like this. Like, so I'm just kind of like, interesting.
But we did see a lot of growth with him in the first book, and that was post Evelyn also.
For sure. I mean, he was literally he was a kid, right? He was what, probably like 13. So okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot's changed.
For sure.
We can't
because that was his first love, and that changed.
What's one, like, small or niche microtrope that stood out to you, good or bad?
Wise father.
Yeah. Kronos.
I loved their relationship with her parents. I would love to see more of that, but it was just so natural for him to integrate back into her life, and he was such a wise old basilisk, and I loved that.
Yeah. I mean, we will get more of their story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Exciting.
Yeah.
I put brother sex.
There you go. What's one person's treasure is another person's treasure.
Yeah. Hey, do you like what you like? You know what I mean? It's like, I think the thing is, it's like the best, and I told Ashley this, and it's like, I don't really love comparing characters, but he reminded me so much of Cassian.
Yeah.
From the ACOTAR world, that I was just like, you can't help but love the dude.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Oh,
just
yeah.
great. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's great. So what about some themes that you took away from this story? Were there any that stood out to you that you think were extra special?
Not that we haven't talked about it a lot already, but first and last love, you know, was just really special. Something I haven't read yet. And just empowerment overall. You know, she's having to not only navigate and accept this completely different culture than what she was raised in, but then transform and be empowered by it. So, and finding and stepping into her own power and all those things.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I put same thing, first love versus last love. And then, you know, we talked about this on the interview too. The experience is making who you are. Like at the end of the day, you know, it's one of those things to where it's like, could she have happily ever been with Leo if Caspian didn't die? Probably not.
Yeah.
Would she and Leo ever would have been suited to be together long term, you know, as quote unquote soulmates or whatever you want to call them, if she didn't have all these previous experiences with Caspian? Caspian was necessary in her existence to drive her to Leo and to help her become the person that she was meant to be with him.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, loved that so much. So that's kind of both of those mixed together. First love versus last love, and then experiences making you who you are. Those were my
How about accountability also? Leo taking account, not Leo, Caspian taking accountability that Tem is actually in this problem because of his hand forcing her to crest Leo in the first place.
Yeah.
You know, even though he didn't really know that that was going to be a problem. He did, though. He's admitted that he did know. He just didn't, he wasn't willing to accept that Tem's feelings were as strong as she was clearly telling him.
Yeah.
So that
he
was
was
on
in a
him.
bit of denial, for sure.
Yeah, and he accepts that. And the letter that he writes to her.
No, the letter. That
was-
final letter.
Ooh. Yeah.
Well, it just makes you realize he knew what he was doing ever since then.
Yeah. It wasn't just, like emotional response, last ditch effort. He really thought it through and reasoned with it and gave her some closure in that way.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Okay, then just have to ask, if it's popular, do you understand why? And if it's not, should it be?
Obviously this one just came out, so it's hard to say, but the series in general, I think it's popular. I mean, I see it randomly on posts, and I think it's taken the world by storm for positives and some people think negatives. It gets the people going, and I love
One way or
that.
the other. Yeah.
I do love a good, what's the word I'm looking for? Polarizing topic of conversation. So I love it. I think it should be popular, obviously. It was 5 stars. So, yeah. What about you?
Yeah. I agree. I think that what it's doing is it's forcing us to have a conversation, good or bad, about it. And in that way, it's becoming popular for good or bad, right? Like, as you were just saying, because I feel like people either love or hate it. There's not a whole lot of people who are kind of in the middle on it. But I think the value in that is that we're talking about a book that is very, very, we're talking about a book where the main female character has to have sex with 12 basilisks to choose who gets to, marry her. It's like, what a day to be alive. I think that's what stands out to me. The more popular this gets in either direction, whether people disagree with that kind of representation or agree with it and see it as liberating, the point is that we're now at a point in time where we have the ability to write these things and read these things and talk about these things. And whoa, that's so cool.
Yeah. And so cool that not only was she self-publishing this, but the fact that the publishing world saw it
And
loved it, picked it up, signed her on for more. Whoa, breaking waves here. That's not the word. That's not the same.
But
yeah.
I get what you mean. It's it's paving the way for a lot of other important things to come down the pipeline later on from all different authors and people. And that's really freaking cool.
Yeah. Because 10 years ago, yeah, right, this wouldn't have gotten picked up by a publisher because they were not accepting and open to that. And it's showing us that, like, okay, they're starting to understand. They're starting to get it. The fat cats in the boardrooms, you know? As I always say.
So, yeah, I mean, it is popular. I think it's really popular amongst the people that enjoy, you know, romance, monster romance, that kind of thing. But I think that it's definitely spreading out to bigger audiences as well. And it deserves to just have all the popularity, in my opinion, because it puts so many important themes that at the center all lie women's empowerment and sexual liberation also. And so I think that those are just hugely important.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So what would you say your favorite part would have been in this book?
I honestly loved when Tem took her life in her own hands and went to Apollo to ask him to teach her how to petrify. Is that the right word? Petrify?
Yeah.
Because, dude, Caspian was bugging me. He was like, you know, kind of stunting her growth in a lot of ways because he felt like he knew better for her. And I get it. He's thousands of years old or whatever. And she's just a little youngin'. But, you know, it was hindering her in so many ways. And not only that, when they're walking in the forest and she's like, oh, my feet are freezing. And he's like, well, warm them up, you dummy. And she's like, what? You know? So she got to learn how to like regulate her body temperature. Like that's super handy. So not like the act of petrifying, but just that she finally was like, okay, enough. Like I got to learn how to do this. And even though Apollo was doing it because he thinks he's, you know, going to get a happy ending from it, she doesn't know that. But it's still great. I loved it. And then we do get a fun time with Apollo. So, hey.
Yeah. You know, I put the same thing for my favorite and least favorite part. Like, literally, it was the ending. It was Caspian dying. It was my favorite part, and it was my least favorite part because it was so tragic, but it was so necessary and important. And it shaped Tem's, you know, future character. And so I had to choose that. It was so good. Yeah, it'll stick with me till forever, probably.
I feel like any other ending would have been disappointing.
I agree.
Somebody had to die.
Was that your least favorite part, or did you have a different least favorite part?
Oh, I mean, that's still my favorite part, for sure. I just wanted to give you something else to talk about. Least favorite part... Oh, I guess I did put it. The brutal ending. Hey.
Yeah.
But again, favorite and least favorite. Literally wouldn't change it. I think just like that necklace dripping down her and leaving that scar, and she refuses to heal it deliberately, even though it causes her pain afterwards. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Horrific. Beautiful. Loved it. Hated it. Loved it.
Yeah. It's like, you know, I put here, if I had to pick like more lighthearted, favorite and least favorite. I really loved that Gabriel bonded with their brother and, you know, at the ending just like went off to live with them in the sea or whatever. I was like, how cute is that? I love that so much. So that was definitely a fave. And then something I really didn't like was...
Do I know what you're going to say? Do I know? Let's see.
I don't know.
Say one word. In 3, 2, 1, we'll see if it's the same. 1, 2, 3.
Golden
Weasel. That was not the same. What did you say? What penis?
Gold.
Oh, gold penis? And I said weasel for anybody that couldn't hear that.
But I mean, no, because the weasel thing definitely threw me, but I didn't hate it like I did the gold piece. Okay, so the rose freaking fake gold thing. Okay, here's the thing: is like I kind of could wrap my head around it until you realize that it was literally like hard, like gold. And I was like every time I just kept thinking about like how uncomfortable that would be, and I like couldn't get over it. I
hated that like no ramifications came from that. I did hate that.
Yeah, because there's
like,
no rules in Basilisk.
Yeah, but they said, but there are rules, but there's not. So that was a little didn't love. But
I'm like, like that just sounds so like terrible and cumbersome. I don't know. And then it would just be like, because they all walk around naked all the time. So then I'm like, ew, it would just be like out staring at you all the time. Like I don't want to look at that.
Yeah.
freak me out. It would freak me out. And so then I just kept thinking about that. So anyways, I didn't like that. But the weasel thing, okay.
It was just funny for you.
It was just funny because all I kept thinking of, guys, was that episode with Cece's wedding where freaking Winston sets the badger free in the air ducts above the place. And that's all I kept thinking of. And it was such a tragedy and so many basilisks were dying. And all I could think of was the freaking badger.
Winston. Winston Biddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So funny.
So, yeah. So there's that. So those are my less serious ones.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite and least favorite character, perhaps?
Favorite character, Apollo.
Yeah. Hands down.
Love him. He's the best of both parts of Leo and Caspin in one. Because I was like, there's always like, Caspin bugs me because he's a little controlling, even though that could be a fun time, you know? And then Leo, sometimes he's like a little bit of a man-child in a way because he's inexperienced. I feel like Apollo has that kind of arrogance that Leo had in the first book, you know? And flirtation and taking what's mine. But then he's a basilisk like Caspin, you know?
Yeah, for
Loved
sure.
it.
Yeah. He's cocky, but he's fun. He's got that, you know, like bad boy exterior, but like the heart of gold. That's why I compare him to
heart of
Cassian,
gold
because
still.
I feel like that's the vibe where it's
He
like,
still wants what's best for everybody.
yeah, he's like, you know, he's at his core just like a protector, but isn't controlling in the same ways Caspin is. He's fun. Yeah, he's just, I loved him on every level. He was the perfect character. I want to know all the things about him. I want him to end up happy and with someone.
Yeah. Yeah, truly.
Who was your least favorite character?
Evelyn.
Yeah.
I hate a sinister bitch.
Sinister bitch.
Yeah, sneaker
bitches.
cell, pretending to be all sweet and doe-eyed, you know, and she's stealing forks. Like, I get it,
literally.
she's in poverty, but like, yeah, literally stealing forks. Like, come on, lady.
I mean, and I think that's why, I would, if I had to pick anything apart, it would have been a little bit more of a complex backstory for Evelyn, because really at the end of it is like, is she an evil gold digger, or was her family starving and that was her choice?
Yeah.
Or, you know, whatever. Like, we don't really know. We don't know much about her, and so that's why I think I would have liked to know a little bit more about her. But yeah, based on face value, what we do know, what's on page, she, was conniving and evil, and she wanted the bloodletting to come back just so that she could have a fancy wedding and 12 swans and whatever.
Yeah.
So obviously, based on that, we would not like her.
Yeah. Is that who you picked too?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. How was the spice level?
Okay, so I came up with a new word in my brain thinking about this specific book. And it's smut or spot. It's up for debate. You guys decide. It's either smut versus plot ratio or spice versus plot ratio.
I mean, I kind of like smot better.
Yeah, because spot's already a word. So smut. Perfect smut in every way. Because I obviously, my brain put the two together when I was trying to think of it. I was like, oh, it's a smut. Yeah, perfect smut. 10 out of 10. Great.
Yeah.
5 stars, 5 stars. Like you said. 5 stars, spice. This is
I mean, the fact that she could come up with ideas like the sex tournament and work it into a story and have it make sense is like next level. I don't know. That's like some talent right there, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like she's taking ideas that out of the context of this split or swallow world would just be completely bonkers and makes it make not just sense, but makes it good and interesting and uses it to move the plot forward in such a way that is just like magical.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's like the perfect ratio.
Yeah.
Perfect ratio.
I mean, even in the sex tournament, you can see that things were leading up to that, you know? Her relationship with Apollo had to be where it was. And you are still kind of questioning, is she starting to fall in love with Apollo? Like, what's going on there, you know? And
like,
so by having to take that truth elixir, you know, she can confirm to herself, too, that I love these two guys equally. Crap.
Yeah. Well, and, you know, there's something so special, just to go back to Apollo, too, there's something so special about a guy who she looks to him for help with Ro because obviously she's like in this trance because of his stupid gold dick.
She's digmatized.
She's digmatized by this stupid thing because of its magic. He's using forbidden magic, okay?
Yeah.
And she looks to Ro and she's like, help me. And he helps
Apollo,
her. Or Apollo, yeah.
Yeah.
And he helps her. And then, when she is struggling to choose because she obviously loves Leo, but he's not there because he's not a basilisk. So, then Apollo goes in and helps her out there in that 11th hour as well. It's like, what a guy.
Yeah.
Like, what a guy.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So we know at this point that there will be a prequel that will be coming out in probably about a year, Lindsay said.
Yeah.
So will you read it?
Duh. Same answer to you.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to know about everyone. I think that's the thing. It's like, it's like when you read Throne of Glass and you're like, I need to know these characters' story. I need to know these characters' story because they're all written so well. It's like, I want to know Apollo's story. I want to know Adelaide's story. I want to know more about, literally all the side characters are so great that I'm like, I just, obviously her mom and dad's story. I just want to know it all about everyone. So I will read all of the things in this universe that ever come out.
There you go.
There you go. Simple answer.
Yep.
Do you have any other things you want to say about why this book stands out? Any things you want to discuss? Any bonus questions for me? Anything like that?
Honestly, I'm just happy to be here. In
this moment in time.
Listen, as somebody who is not a Spice Girl, it threw me how much I would love these books. Does that make sense? No.
It does. Elaborate. I actually, no, it makes sense to me because we did Serpent Summer last summer. We were on the cruise and we read SOS. That's what it was back then together, And I was honestly wondering that when we were reading it because I was like, this is very, very sex heavy. I mean, literally it's a book with a lot of really important themes that is based a lot on a culture that is very almost all of their customs are related to sex in some way, right? And so I was like, I wonder how Ashley's going to feel about this, being someone who can generally take or leave the spice in something.
Yeah. And while I could still take or leave it, I feel when I went into reading this book the first one, I went into it completely with an open mind because I knew that this might not be a book that I would normally pick up if I heard about it, be like, because I'm just not a Spice Girl, because that's really what it's talked about. Like I said, it's kind of watered down a lot, just snake sex, and that's okay. I love that Lindsay talked about that. It's okay if it is just snake smut, that's fine. It's okay if it's just a book on sex. For me as a reader, though, I do really like the plot. So I'm a very plot heavy reader, and if there is sex, I do want it to have a purpose. And while there are some scenes in there that are fun, they still usually serve a purpose. And so for me, that's what I need to. So I'm so glad that I went in there with an open mind and gave it a chance because I loved it. It was a great time. And I could still take or leave the smut scenes, but that's what's so great, that there's something for everybody. If you're open to the journey, you can don't worry about the plot. It's just, it's moving things along. It's making it have a purpose. But if you want to have the plot there, it's there. And it's like you said, purposeful themes woven throughout. If you're willing to look into it, you'll see them. They're there.
All right. So do you want to get started on what's wrong?
Nothing. Hey guys, we're look a little different. If you're watching the YouTube video, sorry for the jump scare. We have tech isn't real. It's just a bunch of monkeys behind the scenes duct taping things, and our memory card decided to just delete a couple videos. So it's been a thing.
Yeah,
it's been a thing, but luckily it's just a wrap up portion, which is the fun part. So we'll just do the fun part again. Come hang out with us. You haven't seen it yet, so it's new to you, but we look a little different to the people watching YouTube. If you're listening though, you wouldn't have been none the wiser.
That's true. We could
is a
have
different
just
day. We're different
snuck it
people
in
now.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
We could be completely different than our normal selves, and you'd have
it's
no
in
idea.
the future, and it's in the future of that video, but it's in the past for when you're seeing it. So what
Okay.
is time?
Time travel
Okay,
freaks
great.
me out. We can't go there. I won't be able to recover for the rest of the day. I'll have no idea. I'll just be thinking about it now forever. Great.
Oh, great. Well, time for an unhinged smash or pass.
Sounds
Are you ready
great.
for it?
I am always ready for it.
Okay, you hit me with it.
Okay, so mine is split or swallow universe related, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so mine is more of a concept, if you will. Not a person, but a concept.
Yeah.
Okay, so smash or pass, you have to choose one. Are you choosing to participate in the ritual or the
Okay.
Ouroboros?
Oh. I don't even remember my answer from last time, and I don't know what it's going to be. I'm a different person today. I do think it's a different. I don't want to do either. TBH. Okay. There's cons to both. I'm really terrified of getting my pelvis cracked.
Yeah.
So, but the whole Ouroboros also really freaks me out. That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
Oh, at least I can walk away literally. So I'm going to go with Ouroboros.
Yeah.
Because I'll be still standing after. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Lock it in. No ritual for me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be broken in half.
Yeah.
What about you?
But we do.
Well, hey.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, my issue is that you guys know that I'm Team Bastion, so like my snap, like, I don't know, original answer would be like the ritual, but for the same reason as you, like the fact that I do not want my pelvis snapped in half, I have to go with the Ouroboros. And hey, if Apollo is coming down the pipeline, we're just going to be okay with that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like Apollo filled the hole that Bastion left behind.
Yeah. If you have learned anything from today, guys, it's that. If you haven't read the book yet, no, Apollo is just top tier.
Top
And if
tier.
you have read the book, hopefully you're nodding along. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
literally the best of both worlds. Like
For
we
sure.
said to Lindsay, like it's Leo and Caspian in one.
Yep.
All the pros, none of the cons.
With a little
love
sprinkle of Bastion, because he does, I think it's mentioned somewhere in there that he looks more like Bastion than Caspian does. And I was like,
She wrote that just for you, I'd like to think.
just for me. Thanks, Lindsay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that that's settled, I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say about that one too. Which one wins in the polls? So what do you have
Yeah.
for me?
All right. I'm pretty sure we already did the Basilisk from Harry Potter. So I'm going to give you, you have to pick one, even though I don't remember our answers from those.
Yeah. me neither.
I'm
Okay.
thinking if you were a snake, you have to pick one. The Basilisk from Harry Potter and I think it's Chamber of Secrets.
Okay.
And the Anaconda from Anaconda. Anaconda. Why am I saying that so weird? Anaconda?
Like the weird, like early 2000s movie?
Straight up.
Well, I feel like,
I mean, it's big. It's a big boy.
yeah, I'm going to go with, I think the Basilisk from Harry Potter.
For sure. That was probably too easy. But
Yeah,
hey.
yeah. I mean,
You know?
more of a personality, really, at the end of the day.
Yeah, I'm fantastical.
Yeah.
Got
Just
some cool
cooler.
powers. Anaconda's just going around eating people.
I know.
Have you seen
Scary.
the trailer for the new Anaconda? Why do I keep saying it like that? Anaconda.
Yeah.
Anaconda?
I know,
keep
yeah.
adding another D in there.
Yeah.
Have you seen it yet?
No, who's in it?
You need to look it up. Okay, so it's Paul Rudd. Hello. Jack Black. Hello.
my God.
So they're remaking Anaconda, but it's as if the movie is about remaking Anaconda.
Oh my God. It's
So
like,
they like actually find a snake in the Amazon and people are getting eaten, but it's Paul Rudd and Jack
Yeah,
Black,
yeah, yeah.
so it's funny. Watch the trailer. Jeff and I were dying.
Oh my God.
Listen,
Yeah.
you guys, check it out. It looks so
I
funny.
can't wait. Actually, I
Yeah.
did want to give you an update too, because for those of you who've been here for a little while, one of the Smasher passes that we had in the past was the Scorpion King from The Mummy 2.
Yes. Okay. Update.
Update. I started watching that last night after dark. Wink, wink, wink. I I have not gotten to the part yet where he turns into a half scorpion, but once I do get there, I will report back on my thoughts.
Okay, well, thanks for the fake out update. Like, what? Thanks for nothing.
Well, I wanted to let you know that I hope you're hungry for nothing. I wanted to make sure that you knew where I was in my Scorpion King journey. Okay. So there I am. I've literally bought the movie. I own it now. I'm halfway there, so I will let you know.
All right. Okay. We're just in, hey, it's a sign of the times where we are in our life that we take 2, maybe 3 business days to watch a 1.5 hour movie.
It's it's true story.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the way that it is.
Who can
now.
relate? Hey, here. Oh, well, you guys, let us know down below. Who's your favorite snake? What's up?
Let us know down below where you'd like to go.
Or you like to go down the rabbit hole. No, that's snake involved. If you were new here, thank you so much for joining us today in this fun little journey. I hope that you consider following, and subscribing anywhere you like to listen to favorite podcasts, including YouTube, and come hang out with us over on Instagram and TikTok. We're Besties in the Books podcast everywhere. But you guys, for now, we'll see ya
next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, but before that, Friday for our Wicked series. All right?
Bye, guys.
Bye.